Grand Theft Auto 6 doesn't come out until November of 2026, but there's already a number floating around the internet that sounds almost impossible. Nearly 3 times the size of Los Santos, an entire state built from scratch, with swamps, islands, and a city that dwarfs anything Rockstar has made before. And here's the twist that most videos won't tell you. Rockstar has never confirmed that number, not once. So how do we know how big the GTA 6 map actually is? That's exactly what we're digging into today. Let's start with the number everyone measures against. Grand Theft Auto 5's map, the state of San Andreas, comes in at roughly 49 square miles. That map has held up for over a decade. People are still exploring Los Santos and Blaine County today, more than 10 years after release, and it still doesn't feel small. So when people talk about GTA 6 being bigger, this 49 square mile figure is the yardstick everyone reaches for. Now here's where it gets interesting. Rockstar has released 2 official trailers for GTA 6, along with scattered promotional screenshots and some leaked footage from years back. That's it. That's all the official material that exists. No map, no square mileage, no press release breaking down the size. And yet, if you go looking, you'll find incredibly specific numbers floating around. 118 to 132 square miles, 2.4 to 2.7 times the size of GTA 5. Where do these numbers actually come from? They come from something pretty remarkable. Dedicated communities of fans acting like digital cartographers. Groups with names like Vice City and Leonida State Mapping have spent months combing through every frame of both trailers, cross-referencing landmarks, measuring the distance between road signs, timing how long it takes a car to travel between 2 visible points, and comparing all of it against known scales from GTA 5 and real-world Florida geography. Since Leonida is heavily modeled on the actual state, it's the same kind of grassroots analysis that fans did before GTA 5 launched, and by most accounts, those early community maps ended up being remarkably close to the real thing. So there's real reason to trust the process, even without official confirmation. Using this method, the mapping community has landed on an estimate of roughly 118 to 132 square miles. In other words, somewhere between 2.4 and 2.7 times larger than GTA 5. To put that in perspective, if GTA 5's map was a decade-defining playground, GTA 6's map could be pushing toward triple that size, all without officially expanding the definition of what a Rockstar open world looks like. But raw size alone doesn't tell the whole story, and honestly, square mileage might be the least interesting part of this whole conversation. Let's talk about what's actually confirmed to be inside that space, because this is where GTA 6 starts to separate itself from just being a bigger version of what came before. Rockstar has confirmed 6 major regions that make up the state of Leonida. Vice City sits at the center, Rockstar's neon-soaked take on Miami, and by every account, it's significantly larger and denser than Los Santos ever was. Beyond the city, you've got the Leonida Keys, a tropical chain of islands built for boating and open water exploration. There's Grass Rivers, an Everglades-style wetland packed with swamps, marshland, and wildlife you probably don't want to run into on foot. Port Gellhorn brings a grittier, crime-heavy coastal town. And then there's Ambrosia, an industrial region of factories and refineries, along with the Mount Calaga area rounding out the more rugged natural terrain. 6 distinct biomes all stitched into a single connected world. And then there's the density number that might matter more than the size itself. Over 700 enterable interiors, nightclubs, shops, hotels, restaurants, even a functioning metro system in Vice City. For comparison, a lot of open world games get criticized for being big but empty, where you drive for 5 minutes and find nothing to actually do. The 700 plus interior count suggests Rockstar isn't just stretching the map wider, they're filling it in. That's the difference between a world that feels expansive and one that just feels long. Now, before we get too confident in any of this, it's worth being honest about what's still murky. Even within the fan mapping community, there isn't full agreement. Some breakdowns list the 6th region as Mount Calaga, while others swap it out for something called Kelly County or a town called Hamlet. That inconsistency alone tells you something important. Even the most dedicated trackers of this game are working with incomplete puzzle pieces. And then there's the rumor that refuses to die, a possible 7th area called Gloriana, inspired by Georgia, that might show up only through license plates and background dialogue, rather than as an actual place you can drive to. Nobody knows for sure. It's the kind of detail that could turn out to be nothing or could turn out to be one of the game's better kept secrets. There's also the question of what happens after launch. Rockstar has hinted, though again not confirmed, that the map could expand over time through updates, adding new cities and regions the way a live service game might. If that's true, then whatever number we land on for launch day might not even be the final answer. The map could just be the starting point. So where does that leave us? Here's the honest answer, and it's more interesting than a fake sense of certainty. Nobody outside of Rockstar actually knows the exact size of the GTA 6 map. What we have is a very well-reasoned community estimate, built the same way fans successfully predicted GTA 5's map years ago, landing somewhere around 118 to 132 square miles, roughly 2.5 times the size of GTA 5. And layered on top of that estimate, we have confirmed details that matter just as much as the raw number. 6 distinct regions, hundreds of interiors, underwater exploration, and a world clearly built for density, not just distance. Whether the final number ends up being on the lower end of that estimate or blows past it entirely, one thing seems certain. When Leonida launches on November 19th, 2026, it's going to be the biggest, most detailed world Rockstar has ever built. And honestly, we won't know exactly how big until we're the ones standing in it. If you're the kind of person who wants the real story behind the numbers everyone else just repeats without checking, this channel is going to be your spot leading up to launch. We're going to keep tracking every trailer, every leak, and every new detail as it drops, separating what's actually confirmed from what's just internet speculation. So hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and drop a comment telling me whether you think the Gloriana rumor is real. I'll see you in the next one.